don't really intro my vlogs, do I? Because I wouldn't. I don't know.
Just like say we wanted to do a book swap. That's what we did. Anything to say.
Okay, so Peyton came to me with an idea to do a book swap video because him and I are both big readers. He's definitely a bigger reader.
I'm Peyton, for those who don't know.
But we decided to do a book swap
like,
video.
Like bigger as in size, or?
What do you?
Like a bigger reader.
Like you read more books.
Oh. So we went to Barnes & Noble to do a book swap. I did this on my own channel 2 years ago. It was great. It was fun. It's always a good idea. I'm a big reader, like Olivia mentioned. I'm one of the last few literary men holding up this country. So, yeah, I don't know. With books, it wasn't like I've always been like a lifelong reader. We've always been lifelong readers.
Haven't.
Well, like our parents would
force us.
Not force us, but
I was forced.
Suggest.
You were
coerced. Lifelong readers, but obviously school gets in the way of some of that stuff. But once I graduated college, I had a lot more free time on my hands. My job allowed me to read. I was just working at a desk job, so there was a lot more free time to read in between projects and whatnot. But now that life's sort of picked up for me, it's a little harder, but I still managed to read quite a bit. Like last year I had read 50 books.
That's insane.
And that was too much, way too much. And then this year I'm on my 24th book. We've got one more day left. I'm not gonna make my goal technically, but I still did read 23 books. And that was even too much again, so I'm probably gonna cut it to like honestly, I'm a big mood reader. We already talked about this a little bit on text, but I just forcing myself to read to meet deadlines, I realized that I wasn't enjoying the books. Like I would rather read 6 really good books and have them stay with me than to read 50 books and have only the last one stay with me.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess is like a brief intro and talking about books and whatnot. We did a book swap.
What if we went through a good reads from this year? Like, how it gives you a good reads, like wrapped?
Yeah.
We go through that because I only read 6 books this year, and I think it was because I heavily focused on mood reading. Because I didn't meet my goal, which is fine. I don't care.
What was your goal?
I think it was set at 15 books.
Okay.
So I only got through 6, and 6 was low-key, like, pushing it. I was trying to get through the last 2 books I just read this week. I enjoyed them, but, like, I was, like, focusing on solely reading instead of, like, hang out with friends or something. But do you have a goal for next year on how many you want to read, or just mood read?
I have a list of books that I would like to read next year. Like, I've got a list of 27 books. I know I'm not going to read that much. But a lot of it is stuff that I have on my bookshelf already that I wouldn't need to buy, that I need to just like read and get it out of the way.
That's how I am.
So I am trying to do that and whittle my TBR shelf down a little bit.
I know.
Because mine is getting out of hand. Okay, so my Goodreads, I just signed in. Sorry, I was trying to find it. 6,500 pages read, 23 books read. My shortest book was 56 pages. It was In Praise of Shadows, which is like this Japanese philosophy book about shadows and their beauty and whatnot. And then my longest book, I'm not much of a long book reader. My average book length is 284 pages. That's even a little longer than what I like to do. I like to read around like 250. Yeah. But my longest book was 522. That was Our Band Could Be Your Life by Michael Azerrad, which is about the 80s indie rock scene.
Okay, so for my 2024 year-end books, I read nearly 3,000 pages. I was 26 pages short, which is kind of crazy because that's, almost half, a little less than half of what you read. And I had six books read compared to 23. My shortest book was Happy Place by Emily Henry. It was 400 pages. It's a pretty good book. I read that on spring break and into the final stretch of the semester. It was good. It was like a bunch of friends. Some were couples met up at a beach house, and one couple had like just broken up but had to pretend that they were together, and then like kind of the whereabouts. But I think they ended up getting back together, if I recall. It was like a happy ending.
I don't know.
And
Is that
then
the title? Happy Place?
Happy Place. Then my longest book I just finished like 2 hours ago was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. But yeah, Aqua War is the third book into the ACOTAR series. It was 703 pages. I don't know if I said that. It was a long one. I started that in the summer, took a break once school started, and didn't finish it until a few days ago when I started picking it back up and finished it today. My average book length was 495.
So what's your goal for next year then with reading? Do you like, I don't know, I feel like setting a book goal is bad for me because then I just think about that rather than actually enjoying reading.
Yeah, see, like I always set a goal, never hit it. It's the end of the year, and I'm like, I could have. I've spent a lot of time, unfortunately, on my phone. And that's my like resolution as a whole for next year, is just like spend time with hobbies instead of scrolling. So I will be deleting TikTok at the top of the year.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna delete Instagram and Reddit and stay off of them. But goals for 2025, I want to spend less money just in general. I want to write more. I'm going to start a Substack soon.
Can you explain what that is again?
So Substack is like basically a blog where you can set up your own blog that's hosted by this website, and like I wouldn't charge for it, but some people do. Like if they rely on their writing as a career, like a lot of journalists do it for independent journalism. Like there's been some big pieces that came out this year that were through Substack, so they weren't like from the New York Times or like any other media publisher like that. So I'm going to start my own in 2025 because I'm not doing YouTube anymore, and I always loved the writing aspect of my YouTube videos. It was weird. I always liked writing and editing, and then everything else gave me like such bad anxiety. Like I hated filming. It was always so awkward being in public and filming yourself, which we had to do today. But yeah, I think we should just get to the swap already.
Okay.
That's the main event. I thought we were just getting one.
I need to like hold on to all of the ones that I'm thinking of and then decide after. Basket is loaded up for Peyton so far. We have 1984, Marcus, I don't even know how to say that, meditation, so horses, and black hole, I don't know about any of these, so don't ask me. Okay, Peyton and I are at Barnes & Noble, but we are split up because we're doing a challenge, or like a book swap thing, and he wants a couple different books, so I was just gathering them up to see which one I'll end up getting in, and one of them is this one. I need to ask him if he likes paperback or hardback. Do you like paperback or hardback?
Paperback.
Okay.
All Olivia asked for was 2 books, Icebreakers and Everything I Know About Love. The last 2 copies available that they had to get help trying to figure it out. But there's a big old dent right there on the cover, and if Olivia is anything like me, that would bother her and mess with her OCD, so I don't think I'm going to get that. And that was the only copy that I could find on the shelf. So I'm probably just going to get Icebreakers. And she sent me another book about Wicked, but she's been wanting to read Icebreakers for a little bit, so probably going to get that for her. It's also so hard not wanting to buy anything for myself, but that's not the point of today.
Okay, so I need to decide which one I'm gonna get him. Let's see. $18. $19. Let's see. 19. Then he said this was 20.
Okay, she sent me a couple more ideas. Now, does it feel weird getting romance books for my sister? Yeah. But I guess that's a big brother obligation. So I switched out that Dolly Alderton book and I picked up If Only I Had Told Her. I don't read the backs of these. Last year I got her a romance book and it turned out to be very smutty and probably wouldn't have gotten her that as her brother if I had known. But yeah, I think we agreed on only getting one book for each other. But you know what, and it's Christmas, I only got her board games for Christmas. So I'm gonna splurge and get 2 books for her today. So I'm gonna go check out.
He's checking out. Okay, so Peyton's checking out right now, but anyways, I just sat here and read through all of these. These 2 I'm not getting for sure. And then I'm stuck between these 3. So 1984, Libra, and then the Meditations one. I can't decide. I'm not worried about price. I just feel bad because it seems like he really wants this. And this is like the last one. Obviously, you can always get it at a different bookstore. This one sounded interesting. Something about this is like JFK related. Which kind of sounds really interesting. I think I'm most drawn to this one. So, I think this is what I'm gonna pick. So we need to put the other ones away. How do you want to do it? Do you want to just like, you open the bag or I hand you the book?
What do you think?
Tell us.
I'll just hand you the bag.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Why?
I don't know. We like to send each other the books we would want. Okay.
Alright.
I'm scared that I didn't pick the one you really, really wanted.
I don't know.
Did you get me 2?
What?
Why did you get me 2 books?
Because I felt bad.
Why did you feel bad?
I'll show in the video. You'll just have to see. So, what books did you get?
Okay, I got Icebreaker, Smut. I'll read this in January. I feel like, I don't know, this just seems like a winter book.
That seems like a January book, and then
This
that
is
seems like
February.
February.
This second
February.
book, this second book is, and it's the Barnes & Noble exclusive.
Yeah, that's
edition.
another reason why I got it.
Yeah, because I think the other one's white. So I have If Only He Had Been With Me, and it's like a black book. It has like heart lollipops on it, if you know. It was a slow start, but I bawled my eyes out at the end. I'm not going to give any spoilers because I think everyone should read this. And then that's told in her perspective, and I believe this is told in his perspective.
Is it the same story or like a different?
Yes, because the end of the first story ends it all entirely. So this will just be his side of it.
Gotcha.
So.
Cool.
I'm excited to read this. Well, you did not have to buy 2.
That's fine. I wanted to.
Well, thank you. I almost bought you 2.
That's funny. So I got, is it Libra?
He got book by...
I got book. It's Don DeLillo. He wrote White Noise, which I have not read, but was a movie a couple years ago by Noah Baumbach, which was okay. But Libra is a fictionalized biography about Lee Harvey Oswald, which was JFK's assassin. I've heard a lot about it, a lot of good things. It's kind of like a alternative history book, which I'm not really a big nonfiction reader. I used to be, but I like a lot of fiction, and I like conspiracy thrillers, so I figured this would be a good book for next year.
I decided to like read the back of all the books. I think I showed it, but I don't know if I filmed it well enough, so I don't know if it made it in. And this one sounded the most interesting to me, and I knew that all of the books were a safe bet. So
What was the other one that you were considering getting too?
The philosophy one.
The Meditations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably take me a little bit, but that's the goal, I guess, to enjoy it.
Yeah.
if you can enjoy, if it's okay to enjoy a book about an assassin. But I'll link my Substack in the. Well, Olivia will link her brother's Substack in the bio.
He's editing this video, by the way.
If any of you are interested, I asked her if I could edit this video because I miss YouTube.
And I suck at it, so.
And she sucks at it, so I needed to be her creative director.
Yeah.
Creative director. Words are hard, but
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
You didn't have to give me 2 books, but now, guess what?
You got 2 books.